This is Jay,
And this is Schvonne.
and welcome to ABA Pod, where we're just gonna sit here and try to make it make sense. Schvonne, how you feeling?
I am alive.
It's Friday. We made it. I'm alive.
I'm getting over this allergy asthma thing.
Not the air pollutant.
But that's what triggered it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Today we're talking about boundaries, how to create them, why we need them, and how to stand 10 toes down on them.
And I do not.
You don't do what? Create them?
I do not create them. I do not stand 10 toes down on them.
Are you a people pleaser?
I'm a people pleaser, unfortunately. So that is something I want to work on, though, dead ass. That is something I want to work on, is not feeling guilty about setting boundaries, or when I have to set boundaries, not feeling guilty when I have to. I am a people pleaser. I like to serve and I like to feel useful. So when I let someone down or feel like I'm letting someone down, sometimes it bothers me. And sometimes I might feel like or it might weigh on me when it shouldn't, because, I have boundaries and I cannot do everything for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something I'm going to work on. That's something that I want to be more confident in, being able to say I can't do that, or
A lot of people,
that's not for me.
we got this. A lot of people pleasers that are roaming this earth, and a lot of people that just cannot create a boundary for fear of initiating upset or insecurities in other people. But for me, my favorite word is no.
See,
I will tell you no on the sun. I will tell you no in the moon.
any instance, it's crazy.
I will tell you no in a text.
You ain't told me no.
Because I don't have a problem doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. If you ask me to do something, I can do it. Yeah, I don't have a problem doing it. If you ask me to go somewhere, I'm telling you I can invite you to place, and I'll be like, yeah, it's enough for me, dog. That's a boundary. No.
That's a boundary.
And my thing is, I don't have an issue telling no, but also this took a while for me to get to, because my parents are immigrants. I'm the first American-born eldest daughter. So basically, I was mom, part two. So for me,
So I think that's where it came,
absolutely,
came from.
Absolutely, I'm the oldest. I love my siblings to death. They're in my heart. We ride or die, bad boys for life, gang. But that's what it is. Like, my mom needed help assimilating into American culture. Y'all went and y'all had a child that's an American.
Mm-hmm.
And then within that, y'all are still trying to instill your own culture, but still also trying to assimilate this child who is more American than she is all the other countries that y'all are from.
That's big.
So it was very much helping my parents a lot, translated documents if they couldn't really understand it, helping my siblings, helping my parents with my siblings. So I was a mom young, which is crazy, because one of the reasons I didn't want kids growing up was because I was already a mom, a single mom who works 2 jobs. That's what I was.
You know what?
I love my siblings, though, and I understand it, but it was hard to tell my parents.
Yeah.
I felt guilty because I'm kind of like.
And now these kids be like, "Fuck you, mom. I don't want to do shit." My daughter I have to bribe her most of the time. Not all the time, but she quick to tell me no. She's good at saying no.
But that's what we teach them, that, which is crazy.
I can't do it, though.
I have no issues telling people no. If my thing, it doesn't serve me, it's causing me more stress, you're pulling me out of a not even a comfort zone per se, but just someplace where I don't want to be. No. Why am I gonna worry about how you feel if it's making me feel,
and you're comfortable in standing on that? See, that's where my discomfort comes in.
Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. If you want to ask me any further questions, I'll give you a reason why I don't want to do it. But if I don't have a reason why I don't want to do it, and I just don't want to do it, no, I don't have a reason why.
You know what? If I can listen to Remy Ma every day, like,
what does Remy Ma?
She my alter ego.
Remy Ma?
Yeah. We'll cut bitches up, and
that's all I'm gonna say, is because you want to shoot bitches up, but you got a problem. That's a problem. That's anger. Go talk to the lady. Talk to the lady.
I can blame the Remy and my whole. That's when I start talking shit to people, right?
Like, guys, how in Atlanta, she's like, "Can y'all play Remy Ma?" And we're like, "Girl, no." Like, what? What are you asking? And why are you asking us that? No, man.
I love you, Remy. I've always loved.
Remy Ma, if you're happening to listen to this, Schvonne is obsessed and your number one fan.
But yeah, so same. I
Are you the oldest?
I am the oldest girl.
The oldest girl. Yeah.
I'm the oldest girl and nurturer. So when my mom passed away, we moved in with my grandmother. I felt responsible for my brother and my sister. My first job was literally to take care of my brother and my sister. Like I spent my checks on my brother and my sister, myself as well. But
Right.
it was because I wanted to do for us. Like I wanted to be able to get us stuff. So that was the beginning of it. And even like my cousin, so Helena, was a baby at the time when I got my first job. So it was, I'm buying Helena stuff. I'm like, I've always, we've always.
Girl, what was the checks looking like?
It was bullshit, but
Where were you working
you ain't had no bills to pay.
Where were you working at?
Boscov's was my first job.
Schvonne was out here
From
slinging.
Boscov's, I went to Bed Bath and Beyond.
I couldn't run it out of it. I worked at Boscov's. I was like, oh, this lady came to me once and was like, very attitude about a price adjustment. I said, oh, you got me fucked up, baby.
That's all I'm like, no. Even like boundaries, especially in the workplace, like I am such a, like, and maybe this is how I've, gotten the reputation that I do. Or built the rapport, I should say, that I have. It's because like I'm so flexible. Like I don't get bothered by people asking me to do things. I don't have a negative outlook on
that kind of stuff. But like, if you're gonna inconvenience me,
but I don't see it that way, and that's actually one of my pet peeves when people, like, especially in the workplace, when you go to someone and you say, "Hey, can you do this?" Or you gotta give me a minute. I'm doing it. Like it's nothing to say, "Yeah, I'll do it," and take your time doing it. Like, because I'm not gonna rush you to do it. I can't stand when people feel or act bothered by something that's minute. It's like.
But what's minute to you may not be minute.
But it is like, but it's very minute to say, for someone to come to you and say, "Hey, can you do this for me?" You can always say yeah, because you can say no. Mm-hmm. Or if you're gonna say, "Give me a minute," yeah, I can take care of it, but like, you gotta let me finish this first. You don't have to say all that. All you have to do is say, "Yeah, here, give it here. I'm doing something. I can see you're doing something. Do it, and then do what I asked you to do." Like, it doesn't have to be a banter. It doesn't have to be like this negative exchange. It can just. I mean, the negative outlook and the negative attitudes that people have, especially in the workplace. Like, I'm big on customer service. I will never give anybody an attitude that I'm servicing. Mm-hmm. I'm just not that kind of person, and I don't understand people that do it. Like, if you don't like it, why are you there?
You know what I'm big on when it comes to the workplace? Blind carbon copying your supervisor mind.
Oh. I don't do that, but
I will in a second. Because my thing is, I hate repeating myself, because I feel like because communication is such a big thing to me, if I state something, if I ask of something, if I propose something, and it's clear. Mm-hmm. It's clear. It's to the point. There is no back and forth. So for you to keep trying to go back and forth with me over something to act like you don't understand, let's just settle the problem here. Let's just rope in your supervisor. Let's just take it there. As per last conversation, I've now included such and such to this thread so that way he or she can be somewhat beneficial in this scenario. Please respond back when you have an answer. Yeah, my work boundaries have always been stronger than my personal boundaries. Yes, my personal boundaries, like, I don't want to say just started, but started years ago. Of course, I think it really started when I had my son, because then I was kind of like, I had to take this person and take you. Right. Let me figure out, let me raise my son how I need to raise my kid. Calmate. Relax. You have a calm day. Don't worry about me what we're doing. If I ask for your help, it's different. But if I don't ask for your help, please go someplace. But I even like with my parents, and I'm like very close to my parents. I'm very close to my siblings. And sometimes I'm like, it'd be hard to be like no to y'all, because y'all are my friends. I would ride for y'all. But sometimes I have to tell my mom, like, "Mama, I love you so much, girl. But this that you constitute an emergency for yourself is not an emergency." Yeah. And I promise you it can wait. Even when she'd be like, text Schvonne. I need to know if I can take this medicine with that medicine. Please. And I'm like, okay, what are the medicines? And it's like Claritin D and NyQuil. And I'd be like, fine, girl. Go ahead. Yes, take it. Get a little drowsy. Go to sleep so you can stop testing your business. But I had to explain to her, like, I love you, but one, I don't need to answer to you. Okay?
See, I don't have that experience.
I don't have to answer to you. And two, no, I don't have to do it right at this moment. I will do it.
Oh, that's Kirk. Kirk wants things done on his time, and when he said, but let me call him and say, I need you to do this, he rides the whole face of the earth before he comes to me.
I wouldn't even, so that's another thing with me. I feel like with certain people, if I ask you to do something and you can't do it for me, I will never call you again. I asked you one time.
Don't be like that.
I asked you one time, you can't do it. If I ask you one time, I'll mention it a second time. If by
you're saying that they're capable of doing it and they just don't do it.
Like, not like they to help you do something, and I ask you and you say yes, or whatever the case, and I mention it again, like in passing, like, oh, like, don't forget we're supposed to do this and this, and you don't bring it up, you don't set there's nothing, I'm never asking you again. I will know.
Agreed.
I'm done. And I won't do people who I feel like I'm going to do for, but you can't do for me. Like my siblings, I call my siblings, I'm like, yo, I need y'all to do something for me. And Rob will be like, all right, yeah, what's up? If he's at work, he'll be like, I'm at work, but I can do it right after. June, he'll be like, all right, what's up? Like they're immediate. Jessica is the no queen, and I love that for her. And I'd be like, girl,
like I would be more like you.
Like sometimes I'd be like, you just say no just to say no. Like you don't give it like there's no reason, which I respect. That's your boundary. But I'd be like, just no. I'm like, all right, cool, bet. That's fine, bet.
So she's one of those ones you won't ask to do anything.
Rarely, but I know she cannot come to me for something.
Yeah.
So then when she called me, I'd be like, can I help you? And she'd be like, I need. Now, and that, well, I'm a big sister. I'm not gonna say no.
I'll say no to my brothers.
Remember when I asked you to do this? I'm going to charge you for my services.
Those are probably the only people I never feel guilty not saying no to, like my brother and my sister, because I mean we are close as shit. So if I need something, I can go to either one of them.
Yeah.
When they come to me, because I go to them.
Good siblings. And I'm always shocked that, like, maybe because, like, my family is so very tight-knit, I'm always shocked when I come across other people with family.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I would talk to your siblings. We have a group chat on text message. We have a group chat on Instagram. We have a group chat on almost every app we're sending. Yeah. I mean, y'all talk to your siblings. That's crazy to me. I could not imagine that. The most my dad,
I can't imagine it
without talking to me, is like 2 days before he texts me and he'll be like, okay, so it's fuck me, huh? I'll be like, okay, my bad, pops. Even my mom, she'll be like, I don't see you. I just talk to you.
Let's say that my brother.
It's a gift and a curse for sure.
Both my brother and my sister, we are all like. My brother and my one sister, Courtney. I have other sisters, but like if they're mad at somebody, they expect me to be mad at them. So like when they not fucking with my dad, they be like, you better not fuck with your dad. And it's always my dad, like, right? So
that's
like
true.
I did something for my dad. My brother told me not to do. So when he found out from my sister that I did it, he gonna come over here and be like, so this is how we doing each other now? We lied to each other? I'm like, what did I lie about? I didn't tell you I did it. I didn't say I wasn't going to do it. I told you I was going to do it. You told me not to do it. I never told you.
Oh, no.
I agreed to what you said I needed to do. So
we go with a game plan. My siblings will hit me quick and be like, let me tell you about your mom or about your pop. Or my mom, she'll call and be like, I want to talk to you about your brothers and your sister and they do this and that. And then I'd be in the chat like, what? Why y'all on the phone right now? What did y'all do? Get it together. Like, don't make me come over here. We go, kumbaya, please.
Y'all are hurting your mom's feelings.
Beef with people, that would be because we're grown. I could not talk to you and be fine. That's not toxic trait. I'm always cool and not talking to them. My back for the rest of my life.
Not for the rest of my, but
for the rest,
I am good with
not talking to you. And
I'm telling you, I'm a ghoster. I don't, and I actually, I'm okay. Yes, I'm 1,000% fine with ghosting because I feel like, of course, I don't owe anybody an explanation, even though, I want to please you, but. If you're not happy with me and you don't want to talk, I don't mind not talking. I'm not forcing a motherfucking thing. Like, I know what I bring to the table. I know what I offer.
Yeah.
And I know how my heart is.
And it's also crazy knowing what you bring to the table. Like, when people say bring to the table, they're speaking on, like, relationships, but they don't take that aspect into friendships, friendship boundaries.
Friendships, family.
Like I have like 2 friends, and it's you and Guga.
Yeah.
And Nay. Hey Nay. But no, like when I say like friends, like this, when I say like friends, I mean like people who I know, if they were to come to me in a time of need, I would drop what I'm doing to come and assist you. But also I feel like I can do vice versa. I can call you out in an emergency and be like, yo, and no,
we're gonna come up with a plan.
Someone's gonna come with a plan. Someone's gonna meet us either at Joe's house, come to Schvonne's house. But it's just some people, and that's why I cross my boundaries. Like that's why I'd be like, I already have friends like that, and I don't, because what I consider a friend, I'm thinking
you guys literally, like I have friends, you know, no, I don't. I have acquaintances, I should say. Friends, like, you know how people be like, oh, I've been with this person, or I've done this person, we've been friends for years, since high school or whatever. I have seen those kind of relationships where, you know, you're friends with someone, you have this group of friends or something, and y'all do for each other. But I had never experienced it. I had never experienced
say that.
No, dead ass.
Say that.
I had never experienced friends who like come through. Like, you know, I'm coming, I'm bringing the kids something, or, you know, let's go on a trip, or let's plan something, let's go to dinners or whatever. I've never experienced those kind of friends.
And we're like drug dealer friends too.
We really are.
It's disgusting. We're each other's niggas. That's the problem. We'll go on a trip and it won't be like, all right, well, let me just verify birthday because I'm booking everybody flights. We all good, right?
But I love that. It's like it really is a kind of peace. And just, I don't know, like I get y'all.
That's why I be so confused when it comes to like beefing, and I'd be like, what if y'all are really friends? What do y'all be beefing about? Like, what can cause such a rift that y'all end up
that you couldn't talk about
some type of, which I hate when y'all be fighting over men, but it be like that same time. I just don't get it, because I'm like, I have never experienced that. I'm like, of course, like we've all gone through where we've all been like mad at each other over something, and then we figure it out, and then we're like, all right, great, bitch, now are we going to dinner or what I'm doing?
Yeah.
But I've been lucky enough to not have to experience
or the kind of betrayal that comes with some friendships where you just...
Can you imagine being a friend and having to deal with betrayal? That's my number one boundary. My one thing is, if I feel like you're going to go behind my back, I'm cutting you off. It's a dub. That's it. I'm not even going to entertain it. If I feel like a phone, and I will sit here, and this is why when, you know, y'all be like, I'm going with my friends. I was like, y'all look cute. I'm not doing it. Schvonne to go with 2 of the most friendliest people I know, and I'd be like, oh, okay, besties, I see y'all, but yeah, no, not doing it. And then I come back and I hear stories, and I'm like, this why I don't be doing it. This why I stay to myself and just be like, when y'all ready to chill with me, let me know. But all this other gallivanting y'all doing around with all these other people, I don't know that.
And like, you know what that is? That's another boundary that she say I'm friendly, but I'm not really that friendly.
You want to have a lot friendlier than me.
I'm a lot friendlier than you, but I don't have that many friends. I don't go out with a lot of people at all. But and that's one of my things. Like I feel like I don't like people that have to be with a whole bunch of people. I don't like when people are like, oh, let's get together. And I don't want to get together with people who I don't really know. Like,
right.
And especially if you're not my type of person, like if we don't have anything in common. And I mean, of course you want to expand your horizon. You want to make friends with different people. But if you in the streets, you known for just, you know, doing a whole bunch of parties and stuff, that's not the kind of person I am. I don't party. I don't go to clubs. I don't know everybody. Like I like that about me. So I want to be with other people who are like that. I want to be with people who are like, okay, I'd rather go to a winery.
I always tell people like, y'all see me out here and y'all know of me, but y'all don't know me. Like y'all see my brother who's more a lot popular.
That's it.
And y'all know him, and y'all know my other siblings who are fairly popular.
And you know of me because of them.
Right. Y'all do not know me. And I just be like, if you really knew me, you knew that I do not fuck with people. I'm not a TV person.
And that's also like,
which is funny because people come to me a lot, but I'd be like,
but you know, but I don't want people to, I mean, I do want you to know me. Like, this is why we're doing this, is because, you know, we be doing some fuck shit, even though we're quiet, we be doing some crazy shit. But
crazy legal shit.
crazy legal shit. But I mean, like I know I'm fucked up. Like I know for sure. I don't like that sneaky. I'm not sneaky, but I mean, I'm my own person. I do stuff. I don't always do what's right. I do the wrong shit more than I do the right shit.
What do you mean? Like what? Give us an example.
No, why would I do that?
It's self-incriminating. I'm talking about like self-checkout. When I'm scanning a TV for a tomato. I almost did that once. And I was like,
never.
I'm looking around Walmart like, so no one's going to help me out.
I am too scared to steal, that's for sure. I almost walked out of Target with a bag of scrunchies, rubber band thingies, and I was too scared to keep walking, so I went back.
When I was younger, because I didn't have any boundaries, no privacy in a Black Caribbean household, when I got older and I was like, oh, I can set this and people like can respect it, and I can cross them off if they don't respect it.
Absolutely. See, well, so speaking of those boundaries, because in our meetup with my bestie, not my bestie, my boo, Kirby, how he was saying, he felt like his boundaries had been crossed when his parents went through his room. How do you feel about it? Do you think that's a boundary? Like your parents, as a parent?
I mean, as a parent, so we parent our children how we wanted to be parented growing up, right? Because that's how we're healing our inner children, is by giving our children what we wanted as children. So I'm very big on privacy with my kids, but also I feel like I do foster a relationship with them, so that way privacy can be private, but not private to be sneaky. Like I feel like I raised my kids enough to come to me and be like, hey, thinking about this. Is this
definitely that?
But I feel like if you're telling me something, I'm gonna knock on the door. Like I have teenagers and the preteens, and I know we know our children, so we know.
Oh, I know when you're gonna be sneaky too.
But I know, like as a boundary, like when I would tell my mom no, she would still do it. Or if we would have a conversation, I would be like, can you please not tell anybody else about this? My aunt would text me and be like, well, your mama told, and I'm like, cool, bet. So that for me is a boundary. Like if I say it to somebody, I say it with the utmost confidence. I feel like I don't even have to tell you, please don't tell me.
Yeah.
Because if I'm coming to tell you my business, which I'm very like private about,
keep it between us.
I'm literally telling you because I trust you. So now, because I don't talk to much people, that's a boundary for me. If I hear from somebody else, you literally just cross the boundary. I will never tell you anything.
And only you knew this, so
purposefully, because I don't talk to people. So like when I have conversations with my daughter or my son, and they're sharing some type of news, and I'm like, I always say, can I share this? Can I tell Schvonne? Can I tell Auntie Google? Can I tell my parent? And they'll be like, oh, you can tell Auntie Schvonne, Auntie Google, but please don't tell our parents. I'm like, can I tell, my uncles? And they'll be like, yeah or no.
Yeah, and I'm supposed to be mad at me telling Courtney every freaking thing, but she calls her and tells her too. But
I have to respect that, because that was a boundary that my mom always crossed. Mm-hmm. Always. Like she was like, girl, fuck you with that boundary. What the fuck's a boundary?
See, when it comes to my kids, I don't give a fuck about their privacy, especially the teens, okay? Because you lie, and I'd have to know the truth.
We had to know the truth, but also I feel like I yes, children lie because that's the age, right? Yeah, definitely. But also us being younger parents, we can't get much over. So why am I going to sit here and break my back to find you lying? I know my child.
Oh, I have a fun time doing it.
I know my children.
I'm not breaking my back. It's very
they're lying. I know when you're not telling me something. I know when you're trying to hide something. My son just got to the point where he just be like, this is what I did. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now you did it. Here's your punishment, the repercussion for doing it. And now you know what to do. And it was fun because now he's like dating. So now he's asking me about like boundaries and what can he say? What can he not say? And I'm like, you have to ask your potential baby these questions. Everyone's boundaries are different.
Yeah. Like, and you have to get comfortable having those conversations with her.
Which I've also, thankfully, womanist, raising a son since he was younger. Like I told him, my son knew everything. He knew about periods. I told him about, respecting people's boundaries and preferences when it comes to that type of stuff. for you to be respectful, because women go through a lot when it comes to like bodily stuff. The word no, respecting the boundaries when it comes to the word no. No means no in whatever facet that's in. So to me, now like I get to watch him be, this young man who's dating and who has crushes and who's this, and he comes to me and he asks me questions, and I'm like, oh my God, look at you listening to me and respecting my hell yeah.
So
That is so cute. And then my daughter is just like, she's that girl.
Girls with these attitudes, my God.
I'd be low-key be like, yeah, eat them up, but don't eat me up.
Yeah.
Eat everybody else up, but not me. But then I have to remember that's a boundary for everybody, including me.
You know what? I'm very proud of these girls.
No, for real.
I am so proud of these girls.
It took
today.
20-something years for me to set my boundary.
And the little bit that I do have, I am just now getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas these teenagers now, like, I'm not proud of it, but like Kamora just cursed out the security guard at school, which she has been having a problem with this same security guard for years, since she's been in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And like she got fed up and was like, "You're not gonna keep talking to me like this." And I don't know who you think you are. I mean, she used some explicatives, but I was still proud in the sense that, she did she already reported him. Nothing was done. And she stood up for herself.
Good.
Because I feel like, especially as a young person, sometimes you let people, adults who don't know, how to act and who think that, they power trip. So we let them, and kids are victim to that. And not all parents either hear about it or act on it. So if I'm not there and I'm, or if you feel like that's not something I would do, for you to be able to do it to yourself, for you to be able to stand up for yourself, I respect it.
Absolutely, because that was something that you said. They crossed it, and now
I bet you he won't do it again.
Listen, my 12-year-old will tell me no with a quickness, and she'll tell me why she said no or why she needs something. And I just be like, you know what? I can't be mad at you about it, because it was what it is. Because when they're not here, what can I do?
What can I do?
And I always tell myself that at some point, very far from now, I will not be here. I will not be here. What's going to be left to be will be whatever I taught you, however I raised you.
Yep.
And that's really all I can do. It's just hope that I'm raising you enough for you to say something and be like, no, this is what I mean. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
And if you cross it, you're done. And that's really her. And that's why she don't have no friends either.
And that's the thing. Like, there's a fine line between setting boundaries and being a bully, because you don't want to, I want you to still be able to receive people, but be able to say, this is not what I accept. Like, I hear you, I see you, I understand what you're trying to say, but that's not what I'm putting up with. Right. Versus it being, you ain't my type. Like, we can't be friends or whatever.
I had to have that conversation with her a lot. I'm like, you have to compromise.
Yes.
It's a boundary, but like, is it really a boundary, or are you just
trying to be hard? Trying to be difficult. Yeah.
Are you trying to be difficult? Yeah. And I ask her all the time, and I'm like, is it a boundary, or is it something you just made up because you didn't want to do it and you wanted to make her feel bad about it? Like, did it really make you feel some kind of way, or you just wanted to manipulate?
He's smart.
So it's, but I've been teaching my kids boundaries. You're with Jay.
Hard with girls.
Even with Jay. Boys, I feel like we teach girls boundaries, but boys, we put them off as like easy to raise. Boys are not easy to raise.
Especially when first of all, Black boys today, with every, we're hyper vigilant about making sure that they know everything, what boundaries are, how to behave, how to dress, how to act when you're somewhere. Like, it's 1,000 times more difficult than, I would say when, I had my son, or when they were younger. Even when he was younger, you didn't really have to think about this kind of stuff. But now it's like, I need you to act appropriately with females. I need you to act appropriately when you're with your friends. I need you to act appropriately if you're ever stopped by police. I need you to act appropriately, if you're in the public.
Yeah, but also now we have to tell them, you can also say no to women touching you. You can also say no.
That's real too.
And I tell my son all the time, I'm like, let me tell you something. If you say no It's no, and that goes for both ways. It's
Yep.
not just women. That's a boundary for you too. If you don't want to be touched, you don't want to be bothered.
Because women are bold today.
Not even bold, but
Bold as fuck. Listen, I have never been one to pursue a man per se. Like, I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to come on to him before he comes on to me.
I feel like I'm a flirt. So
I'm a flirt.
I'm a flirt.
But I'm not gonna be the one to say, let's get together. Oh, I don't know. Like, there's a big difference.
Outcome. Are you trying to be?
I know that.
Or are you trying to be big for the?
But I have to know that he's interested in me. I'm not gonna just go towards someone who like I haven't even tested the waters. Like, if he's like not showing me any signs of it, if he friend zoned me, I'm not gonna say come get these panties. It's not happening. I'm gonna wait till you flirted with me a little bit too, and then maybe I'll say come get these panties. But women today,
Lisa, come pick up your panties.
please. Women today just be like doing the moves.
It's the most. For me personally, I'm gonna shoot my shot, and it's always gonna swish. If I shoot my shot,
if he doesn't flirt with you, are you still flirting with him?
First off, I'm not gonna flirt with anybody who I already don't know is going to flirt.
That's it. That's exactly what I just said. If he's not flirting back, I'm not flirting.
Even eye contact, I can give you an eye contact. I can look at a man and know off rip if he's going.
You can, or the way that they interact with you, you can tell whether or not they're interested.
I need 5-10 seconds.
Saying hello and pleasantries does not mean he's interested.
Yeah, but you can discern that.
You know, apparently they can't.
Who can't?
Women cannot.
Really? I'm so glad I never had that issue.
Listen, and you know, when you think of sexual harassment, it's usually men against women. Women are sexual harassment.
Very big sexual harassment.
I didn't know this until recently.
Because men don't speak up about it, which is a shame. That's the boundary. Like,
actually, it's a trophy kind of for men. But
what's a trophy?
That women come on to them. Men love that shit.
I'm sure they do, but like 78-year-old Gertrude or whatever her name, whatever Diane, squeezing your cheeks at the water fountain at work. Ooh. I'm screaming. Ooh. I'm hollering. Gertrude, I'm hollering so loud that people's gonna be like, "What is going on?" I am being sexually harassed. And some men, I'll be like, "Are you for real?" Like the thing that happened, and they're like, "Yes." Like just grab it. I'm like, "No, that's OD."
When I tell you, I
hate that we don't protect them. I should.
When I'm the women who just, I don't know. It's yummy mean. That'd be mean.
And I can't bad with y'all sometimes, for real. I mean, you know, every day I wake up here and say I don't like men.
I like the confidence. I think. I respect the confidence.
Of what?
But I'm not doing it. Of women who are like, going after men. Like, I respect it, but I can't do it.
Thin line between trying to shoot the shot and harassing somebody's son. Mm-hmm. And that's why I had to teach my son, like,
you better be lucky I ain't got a son.
I know. He was like, the other day, he was kind of like, well, how do I approach somebody who's interested in me? But I'm like, you just tell them. Just be honest. All you can do is be honest. Just tell them.
In a friendly way. Be respectful.
Of course.
But you definitely do have to say it.
Yeah. How would they know?
How will I know if he really loved me? Okay. That was Whitney, y'all. Didn't sound like Whitney, but you know.
It definitely did not sound like it. So that was Whitney. So she says. But no, I feel like, I just feel like my boundaries are kind of where it's at. I'm proud of my boundaries. I'm also somebody who like clearly talks about my boundaries, especially when it comes to dating. I feel like I have to let people know ahead of time, like, I don't like this. Please don't do this.
I wonder if there's like some kind of, I want to find like maybe a journal or something that helps people learn their boundaries or helps people decipher, like.
I'm sure there's articles about it.
Because I don't know exactly. And I wouldn't be able to just throw off or read off what my boundaries are. Like, I know, like, I don't even know if there's any, like, there's deal breakers, I guess. Maybe not. I'm very flexible in every aspect of my life. I'm so flexible. I'm like, like, people go through shit and people I feel like there's always a situation that surrounds why someone behaves the way they do. So I'm going to take that into consideration when I'm going through a problem with someone. Like, why are they acting this way, or what else are they going through, or what have they been through that makes them this way? And then I give grace. So maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's not.
That's not. So grace is like my favorite thing to tell people, right? But we give people grace, we don't give ourselves grace.
Right.
So you're extending grace to people of how they're going to feel if you say no, but you're not giving yourself that grace to be like, how am I going to feel if I don't say no?
Mm-hmm.
Make it make sense.
I can't.
Make it make sense.
I can't. Like, and it shouldn't be that way. But how do you get out of that?
It's just practicing.
Cold turkey, huh?
It could be cold turkey, or it could just be you moving slowly. Because you need your boundaries. How are you going to... You're going to burn yourself out if you don't have it. You're literally going to say yes. People please until you die? No, thank you. No thanks.
But so a question I have for you guys then. Can you people please and still realistically set boundaries in the sense where, like, are you, first of all, like, will you still feel fulfilled setting boundaries and people pleasing? Is anyone out there like that? Because I want to be able to people please and be okay with saying no and then being upset with me for me saying no.
That doesn't make any sense.
That is what hurts me the most, is that someone's upset. Not hurts me the most, correction. But that's what bothers me, is I don't want people to be upset with me when I say no.
Then you're right.
But I don't...
What are you saying no to, though? Like, that's my thing, though. Also, like, what am I saying no to? Am I saying no because you asked me to go to some club with you at the morning when I have work at 7? No. Or are you mad because...
People are selfish.
Dude, that's a them problem. That had nothing to do with me.
But I still don't know why you'd be upset with me.
You're going to be upset until you're not upset. And that's just going to be a problem. I'm going to give you the space for you to figure out your level of upset.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit here and feel bad because I said something.
Cool.
I'm very comfortable I've been around, even like sharing a space with my siblings. It was 4 of us in a bedroom in Brooklyn before we moved out here. Even when we moved out here, I was sharing a room. My brothers got their own room. I was sharing a room with my sister. So I really didn't get to. Child, these Haitians don't care. They said 2 girls. Okay, great.
That's it.
2 girls, share a room.
That girl can share a room.
But I hate it because I need my own space. I never had privacy growing up. So when I became an adult and I moved out, girl, I was like, I'm creating my own space to bring me peace, comfort, and joy. Even now, my favorite part is when I'm home and nobody is there.
Yeah.
Like, if I can buy a house big enough to give my own self half the house and have where the kid would have to text me they're on the way, I would love it. Like, even when the kids are home, me waking up early in the morning and sitting in the living room by myself to watch a show, eat breakfast, drink coffee with anyone gives me complete joy.
I miss living alone. I do.
Yeah.
I miss having my own space, or putting things somewhere and knowing that they're there, they're going to stay there. That is, no.
But even
those were the days.
Work, when I come home from work, my boundary is, please don't talk to me the first 10 minutes that I'm like, give me some time to get myself situated.
That's why I sit in my car.
I'm not doing that.
I sit in my car for like 10, 15 minutes, pull my phone. But when I get in the house, when I get home, I love seeing Avery's face. Like, and she has these new greetings. So I come to the house and it's, Mom, is that you? And like, when she comes to the house, it's,
I'm home.
I'm back. Like, okay, girl.
Mine are older.
Yeah, when she gets older, she gonna get on my nerves.
Yeah, the minute I get to the house, they're just asking me for things.
Yeah, I can't take it.
I gotta tell them, I will walk right past them. Like, don't come to me to the door. I'll text them, open the door, because I don't feel like searching for my keys. But when I get to the door, give me...
Well, that's a good idea. Text them and say, unlock the door. because Jason's been locking our front door because Avery's in here.
Yeah, I need that, and that's my one boundary. Please don't talk to me. And the kids know. They be like, I'll go straight upstairs, straight to my room, take off my outside clothes, put my inside clothes on
first. Let me,
because I'm coming downstairs to cook dinner. You go. Then my daughter, I am so grateful for the relationship I have with my kids. I love the relationship I have with my kids. I fostered it. They get on my nerves. Yes, they're kids. They're going to get on your nerves, right? But they're not. But they're even as they get older, they're still very excited to come and tell you about the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll be in the kitchen cooking, and Bree will be literally right underneath me. I'm like, if I turn the stove high enough, you're going to catch on fire. Please back up. Talk to me on the other side. It doesn't. But I need that 10 minutes to just realize, okay, switch roles, and then we're gonna chop it up as I'm cooking dinner, and then figure it out afterwards. Just give me some time.
Let me get my mind right,
situated, put together. I'm trying to get myself together. I can't even get myself together. Please, I just need it. But no, we're gonna work on your boundaries.
so we're gonna work on
A lot of people are people pleasers, and it's all from internal. We're gonna work on it. We might even see if we can find a little therapist friend to come on and explain.
But I do need to see a therapist though. I think
a therapist?
so. I'm not. I know I need to. I do.
I'm very pro
between my codependency and just
regular shit.
Regular shit.
You're a person with emotions that are feeling your emotions every single
I'm
day.
an emotional person.
You are.
I am a very emotional person.
And you don't show emotion. You show emotion very differently. Like that too.
I even when things bother me, I internalize, and I have to talk myself into how to react to them. Like I have to.
Yourself.
I do. I have to coach myself in my mind. This is how I'm going to react. I kind of like calm myself down in my mind, unless it's something I'm very emotional about, and then might get physical.
Damn.
But it's
no, why am I yawning?
that is my
what's going on?
Am I boring you?
But you're not boring me at all. I promise you. I got some sleep. I don't know. Sorry, y'all. It's old.
Find me a therapist.
Yes, we do. I used to be very reactive growing up.
I've never been reactive. I've always thought about it before.
Reasons why my parents like moved us out of. I used to get into like little stupid fights, and then it was always kind of like my dad would be like, "What?"
So
it was kind of like I guess spoiled, right? My parents did what they did. My dad was very hard on my daddy's girl. We did, he took care of us. Till this day, my dad comes in clutch for me, and if you know me, my dad, that's my boy. That's my heart. And I be telling people like, I joined the gang because I was bored. And it was so much pressure for me to be like the firstborn and to have all of this. Be there for your siblings. Be there for your parents who need assistance. The doctor, the nurse, the accountant, the translator. It was so much pressure. I was like, how am I going to release this? I'm going to join the gang and fight people. And I'm just like,
who we fighting? Yeah.
A lot of people. It was Brooklyn. What do you mean? You could always find a Valerie. My school across the street was like our rival school. It took nothing for us to leave and then be like, oh yeah, I'm busting you upside your head with a bottle today because you looked at me wrong. And then you join a gang and it's kind of like, we're fighting over colors. Let's be for real. We have got to be serious.
Listen.
And now I'm kind of like, girl,
sure we did.
Taking care of child. Parents gave you everything that you wanted. Never dealt with no type of sexual abuse. Nothing like that. Thank God. Very grateful for that. Had a great childhood growing up. Traveled. And for you to join the gang.
Shit.
And that's why now I'd be like, I understand how parents feel when their kids turn to rappers and be like, yeah, we had a hard night. For your mom be like, we did? Shit, that's news to me. Where was you living at? You went to editing classes. What you mean we had a hard night?
You was a cotillion.
You know exactly how to put yourself first.
Oh, God.
So, but it was just, I had no boundaries. So to me, it was kind of like, y'all expect so much from me. I'm going to act out.
Yeah.
So when we moved,
I mean, that's a thing too.
Oh, yeah. And then see, my parents are like, yeah, we got your ass.
He's like,
we got your ass. You think you finna catch MTA and go to school? No, the bus picked you up right on the corner. Yeah, we got you. And I was like, wow, y'all, I'm running away. Y'all got me fucked up. I'm ready to drive away. I did.
Oh, shit. We came right back.
But I couldn't because there was no bus to pick me up. I had no trace system. The South Jersey doesn't have a trace system. So my dad was like, okay, yeah, right away. Bye. There was no Uber.
We'll see ya.
Right. Like, my dad, like, you still don't know the address to this house. Okay, right away. But to me, it was kind of like, what? Just fuck shit.
Yeah.
But they creep, like, I tell my dad, like, now, like, boundaries, and he was like, okay, yeah, boundaries. And I'm like, you mock it, but, like, you have boundaries, and I watch people cross your boundaries, and you get irate. But you don't even know you don't even know when
they're upset.
No, oh my God.
So
his little self, my dad one of those, like, he doesn't get upset much. He's an Aquarius. He's very nonchalant, right? Very nonchalant, very dependable, very loyal to us as his children and grandchildren. But when my dad gets upset, we be like, oh wow. Like, it takes a lot. You really cross his boundary for him to, like, snap. And I've probably seen my dad snap 3 times in my entire life, and I'm 37. Mr. Gene, he don't snap like, but when he snap, we be in a group text like, what
y'all do to him?
Why is Dad mad? And I'm like, Dad, are you okay? And he be like,
and it's because you're not used, because you know that's not him.
It's not him.
To bring him out of character like that, it's like, oh shit, like.
And then it take, especially as elders, they don't understand boundaries. They have boundaries, but they don't call it boundaries. So when I, like, talk to him and I explain stuff to him, because me and my dad have always had that relationship where he was a lot more open than my mom was to certain things and assimilation for the most part. So when it came to, like, little stupid stuff, like with raising children, I used to be like, okay, this is what you think it is. This is what it really is. This is how it affects us, how it will affect you, and what's going to be the problem if you keep trying to block it out.
Yeah.
Right? So when I talk to him and he says stuff, and I'm like, you got mad because someone crossed the boundary. That's your boundary.
Boundaries are boundaries.
And then he'll be like, oh. I'm like, yeah, that's your boundary. And someone crossed it after you told them not to, and it made you pissed, and it pissed you off. Yeah. But, like, I used to be very reactionary, and therapy was kind of like, now,
you can't 100%.
Listen, my thing is, like, now I will detach so quickly. And when I say I'm not going back and forth, you will be talking to a wall before you ever talk to me.
I'm okay with, first of all, I like silence.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I
communicate with someone.
I'm going by my day.
Listen, that's not stress for me because I feel overwhelmed a lot. Like, last night, Joe called me and we're talking about the podcast, and then she's throwing in our, New York trip, and I'm like, wait a minute, too much. I get so overwhelmed.
She does,
and then my mind, like, I don't have ADD.
Like that.
I'm not. Well, I'm a multitasker, but my ADD will have me, and I don't have ADD, but like I forget what I'm supposed to be looking up, and I start doing something else, and it just becomes a whole mess. So I'm trying. Like yesterday, I was focused. I was like focused yesterday, like getting the episode for today out, and then like trying to set up for today for recording. Like I was like, I have so much I have to get done, and then I literally sat in my kitchen from 8 to 1
a.m.
8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Oh,
editing the audio, and then I went to my brother's house for a little bit, and went to pick up the girls, and I didn't get shit else done. Like I wanted to fold laundry, I haven't folded laundry. I had like, who want to come help me fold laundry?
I can multitask. I can have 6 conversations with people.
I won't forget something, and I already forget a lot. I don't have pregnancy brain anymore, but
no, you
like
have
pregnancy brain.
It's mommy brain. You have toddlers,
but I'll be on it for them. Like, and I can multitask, especially when it comes to my kids, like dinner, bedtime, and just like playtime, snack, or whatever after the daycare. I got a down pat. But let it be, call to schedule this, look up, order this piece for this. I'm forgetting something. I am forgetting something, and then the day's gonna come that I need it, and I'll be like, shit, I forgot to order it. because it's just too much on my mind.
You got too many tabs open.
I do. I have too many tabs open. That is for real, for real.
I like that t-shirt.
Thank you. Pride Month. And I have a lot of pride friends.
You have a lot of pride friends.
Then, you know, I'm an ally.
I would hope they were all allies.
No, we're not all allies.
I mean, I said I would hope they were all.
I would hope too, but we're in
the year 2020.
I'm going to show y'all I eased.
But y'all, how are y'all doing boundaries? Do you have boundaries? Are you setting boundaries?
Do you want to work on your
Do
boundaries?
you want to work on your boundaries? Do you want to clarify or simplify your boundaries? Let us know. I want to know.
I want to know because, you know,
I feel like
I need to work on it and I need some help. And
I feel like sometimes I may need to loosen up my boundaries, but also I feel like it's a protective space for me. I don't know
if it works for you. I mean, shit, show me, because God damn it.
I was gonna say something else about your shirt because we were talking about tumblers today. About it looks like something like Lily and Noeys can make, but we were talking about tumblers. And I was telling myself that I need to get another Starbucks cup for the
pink ones are like calling my name.
Pink girl.
I'm a pink girl.
I haven't seen Starbucks. Why don't I have yellow tumblers out yet? I'm gonna ask Lily or Noelle to make me a tumbler. They make cute stuff. They make t-shirts. It's February reunion season.
It is.
So
also class reunions,
all the reunions, graduations, such as a part of that. If you need t-shirts, they make those sashes for your graduation. They make tumblers. I've seen some. Noe has made some really cute like tumblers that had like it looks like ice. So cute. Like I've seen them.
We're gonna put their Instagram.
Noeys Creations on Instagram and Noeys Creation.
Lovelee.creations.
But they'll be in the Instagram.
They'll be in the description.
They have a lot of cute stuff. I really do want to get a tumbler for the summer, like my little alcohol tumbler, like a Starbucks cup with a straw.
Don't ask.
Could be water, could be iced coffee. Most likely, is a mix. Exactly. And I've seen Lily make some cute ones. Zoe make some cute ones. I'm not really a t-shirt girly like that, but I've seen some cute t-shirts. Actually, no. She made a t-shirt for Brie once, and I thought it was cute. They make dope stuff. Noelle makes dog bowls.
I have to check out her page.
Yeah, it's cute. And then I seen Lily was making those wine and flour.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cute. But yeah, we'll put them down in the description. We hope you guys have a great week, a great weekend.
And hopefully
make sure you follow us. ABFPod, _. BFPod on Instagram. ABFPod on Twitter. That'll be also in the description. There's a link tree in our bio that has all that fun stuff. We're on Amazon.
I'll be on.
I'll be trying. You know, I'm the social social marketing person.
Good.
Woman of many traits. So we'll see. And then I'm gonna be over here helping Schvonne work on her boundaries.
Please, somebody help me because
not somebody else.
Somebody help me. This is. I mean, it works for me so far. Like, I mean, I'm not like swimming in, discomfort, but I would like to tighten it up. I would definitely like to tighten it up. I would definitely like to not give a fuck.
We're gonna work on it. We're gonna have you saying no, like what Squidward? He was like, no.
I would love to be able to.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, y'all. But we'll talk
next time.
Next week.
Bye.
Bye.